Hey, it's Nashi55. This is going to be a video on some concealed carry thoughts. For those of you that already have a permit and already have a pistol or two, not really going to be any new information for you. It's really intended for those people that are, thinking about getting their permit and will be looking for their first pistol soon. Just want to try to give you some of my thoughts based on my experience in, shopping for the pistols and actually getting one to carry concealed. Let me start with the largest one here. This is really just intended to kind of represent this group. This is a FNP 45, but you might could also consider anything in this class like a Colt 1911, something like that. I know a lot of you may feel like the 45 is the only thing that you're going to carry. You don't want anything less. That's certainly your decision, up to you. Just wanted to point out that a gun of this size is certainly a full size, large frame, a lot of length here, a lot of height. It's a thick gun. If you want to carry something like this, you certainly can. Just be aware of the compromises involved. When you combine this with some type of holster, and then you combine in your ammo, and then you add in an extra magazine, you're looking at a lot of weight. This gun alone is 32 ounces. So you're looking at 2 pounds just for the gun itself without anything else. And that's a lot of weight. You can certainly find holsters to fit one, a gun like this, 1911 or this gun, and I'm sure you can find one that might be comfortable for you. Just keep in mind, if you're going to carry it every day, it's a lot of weight to carry, especially when you add in the other items I mentioned. I just didn't feel like I would carry anything like this every day. Seemed like it would be more of a hassle to try to get everything loaded and try to figure out a way to conceal a gun of this size. It's nice to have it, 14 rounds, 45, certainly feels secure if you had to use it, but realistically I just didn't feel like that it would be something I would carry every day. And there's a lot of other options for you out there to consider. I wouldn't rush out and buy a gun of this size unless you're just adamant that that's what you want. And if you are, then that's fine. Just be aware of the compromises. It's going to be harder to conceal, and you're going to have more weight to carry around every day. And I think that's basically what kept me away from trying to carry something like this. So the next group would be a more standard size, or you might want to call them the medium size. I don't know if you call this a medium size or not, but this is a FNP 9, and I guess something similar to it would be a Ruger SR9 or a Glock 17, something in this class. This is a 9mm, 16 round capacity. As you can see, it's physically smaller than the FNP gun I just showed you. It's shorter, it's not as tall, it's not as thick, and basically you can see the kind of the size difference there. The FNP 9 is simply a smaller, lighter gun. I think this is a little more reasonable, to try to carry every day, concealed carry. I think you'd have a little easier time concealing it, probably a little more options on how you can place it, whether it's in the waistband or out of the waistband, or maybe some of you have a shoulder holster. Guns of this size certainly have good capacity. I certainly don't think there's anything wrong with a 9mm. You can certainly get a lot of different rounds, hollow points plus ammo. I don't see that there's any issue with that, my opinion. Same thing though, you're still going to have to combine it with the extra magazine and some type of holster, and then when you add in your ammunition, this gun is 26 ounces, so it's a little bit lighter than the full-size gun. And that's something that you're going to have to decide, is it something you carry every day? Certainly it's more likely, I think, that you'd carry a gun of this size, but that's up to you. You may feel that this isn't the right choice for you. You want something a little bigger, a little smaller, but I feel like this is something that you're getting a little more reasonable in the size for concealed carry. You've got a little more options on how to carry it and where to hide it. So the next one is what I actually purchased for concealed carry, and that's a subcompact pistol. This of course is the Glock 26. I think you've got a better choice here in a gun of this size. Doesn't have to be this particular one, but anything in this size group, whether it be maybe a Walther PPK or Keltec, maybe a Sigma too, I guess. Something like this is more reasonable to carry. You've got a much smaller holster. You can simply slide it in something like this, and you can carry that in a pocket, a jacket pocket, or maybe a pants pocket. If you have some cargo pants, certainly would fit in the waistband. That's what the holster is for, and the gun is secured, and it comes out pretty easy. All you gotta do is just give it a good tug and it'll come out. Something like that I think gives you a lot more options. You can hide it more places, and it's the same thing when you combine it with the extra magazine and your smaller holster with a smaller 9mm round. I think you're going to be a little better able to hide it and more willing to carry it simply because it's smaller. It's not going to interfere with your movement as much. It's not going to protrude as much. You've got less weight to carry around, but I think you still have a good gun for security. Standard capacity on these is 10, or this extension is 12. And this gun only weighs 19 ounces. So compare that, of course, with the full-size FNP 45, and you can get an idea of the size difference there. No question about it. The subcompact or compact gun is going to be a lot smaller and a lot easier to conceal. That's just simply the big reason I picked this gun. I'm trying to figure out what I would carry and trying to be reasonable about it. I'm giving up some things, certainly smaller round, less capacity, but I'm gaining I think the bigger issue maybe in some ways is the making a gun comfortable that I would use and take with me every day. Hopefully I don't have to use it, but I would carry it every day, and that's what I thought was the more important issue. As long as you have it, that's the big deciding factor on having the permit, is to actually have a gun that you're going to carry day in and day out. So look around, shop, and see what you think is the best option for you. For me, it was a smaller gun. The compact, you might feel like it's a little larger gun, the more standard size, or some of you may prefer a full-size pistol, and you want a 1911, or you want something like the FNP 45, and you feel that's really the minimum for you, and you will carry it. No problem with that. Just be aware each one of these has good points, bad points, and just pick one that you can live with the compromises the most on. So just my thoughts. Like I said, it's not anything real new for you folks that already carry concealed, but just wanted to offer my experience on when I purchased a gun for concealed carry. So for those of you that subscribe to my videos, I certainly appreciate it. Hope you enjoy watching, and I've got some more coming up. So Sashi 55 signing off.